いつも君と待ち続けた奇跡
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
I feel like I'm about to freeze.
Look out!
What the hell is that? Hey! You want a piece of me?
Stay calm, Law. It's coming for us.
You just had to make things difficult for us, didn't you?
What are you muttering about? Focus or you'll get hurt!
Don't worry, I'll have this wrapped up in a flash.
Dragon Swarm!
Go for the weak point!
No further! Dragon Swarm!
By the power of water!
Alright, dance on the wind! You're mine! Dragon Swarm! Burn in hell!
Light up the dark! Where are you going?
Alright,
let me out!
Alright, let me out!
Stalagmite!
Hurricane Thrust!
Healing circle! Hurricane strike!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
First aid! Hurricane strike!
You may be strong, but I'll never back down!
Switch rock! Now you've gone and ticked
Forgive
me off.
This is my fault.
Light up the dark! Let me out!
Lionheart! Dragon Swarm!
Guardian Field! I'm ready to go!
This one's mine!
Heal my wearied companion.
Light up the dark!
I'm ready to go! Resuscitation!
Guardian Field!
Here's a healing arm!
Let me out!
First
Their
aid!
arms were interrupted! Try me! I'm ready to go!
Dragon Swarm!
Here,
Let me help!
Alright,
Armor
let
won't
me out!
save you.
Slap the duck!
I'm ready to go!
This one's all mine! Hurricane Thrust!
Hurricane Flight!
Hurricane
In a bind?
Plenty left.
Take this.
Power of water.
No escape!
Hurricane strike.
Elusive Dragon Form!
Spin. Where are you going?
Hitting pile driver!
This one's all
Tornado
mine!
drive!
Tiger blade.
Ignite!
Lunar corrupt.
Dance on
Lion
the way!
power.
Here I come!
Time to
Tearing
go.
you apart!
Naked ray. Naked ray. Astral energy.
Say no more! Take this!
What did I tell you? Don't get in our way!
I'm not done!
Hey, good shot!
Steering split.
Air pressure! No
Explosive
further!
ray!
Take it. I'm
What
ready.
the? Flames?
Watch out. It's changing its attack. I'm ready to go. Where are you going? I'm ready to go. Mega ray.
This time!
Elusive deity!
Not today!
Soaring blast!
Lunar
Eagle
corrupt.
ray!
Here I come!
By the
Dragon
power of
Swarm!
water. Broken power.
Make you the official
Reload.
Lunar
No ammo. You could use
No
a hand.
further!
Hurricane Thrust!
I couldn't make it in time. Can you take it? I'm mine!
I'll bring you back from death to this.
I could do without this pain!
Benediction light.
Resuscitation.
Heal!
Dragon Swarm!
Freezing storm. Flaming
Radiant
meteor.
breath.
And tornado.
Piercing refuge! Down!
This one's mine.
Rending you
Here I
apart!
come!
I'm
Bloody hell!
I got you.
Negative gate!
Guardian.
It's in your hands now.
Annihilation. Burning strike. Confiscated. Glacial spear. Pierce evil. Freeze lancer. Light up the dark. I'm ready to bring you back from death to
Can't end here!
Don't leave me. Guardian field.
Swapping!
A new lease on life. This can't be happening.
Elusive deity! Soaring blast! From beyond! Anything in armor is all mine! I can carve through armor! This is some punishment. You just had to make things difficult for us, didn't you?
What are you muttering about? Focus or you'll get hurt.
Don't worry, I'll have this wrapped up in a flash. Take this!
This one's mine. Pierce evil.
Luna Rondo!
Time to shine.
Searing Gale!
Take this!
I'll stop its charge. Thanks, Kisara.
The marked arm!
No escape!
Thunder touch. That'll bring you down. Hurricane strike. Don't give up. On guard. Denied. Light up the bring you back from death to this.
All right.
Let me out. Resuscitation. Guardian. Glacial spear. Pierce evil. Look sharp. Hurricane strike. Freeze lancer.
Dragon Swarm!
You all.
You're
Grant
mine!
me the strength to march on!
Let me out. Confiscated.
Dragon
Your
Swarm!
hand! Lionheart!
Mega ray.
I owe you one.
Guardian field. Power of water.
All right,
Let me out.
Take this!
Light up the dark.
Raging
You're mine!
Luna Storm!
All right!
Let me out. Annihilation.
Ignite!
I'm ready. Light up the dark.
Let's
You! You could use a hand to bathe in blood! Rending you apart! Bloody
This one's
howling!
mine.
On your
Searing
This
Gale!
one's mine. Light up the dark.
Here I come!
I got you.
No escape!
No further! Armor won't save you!
Hurricane
Dragon
strike.
Swarm!
Resonate with the earth!
The last night.
Rending you
Try hard!
apart!
No chance!
Gets by me.
I'm not done! This one's all mine!
On your
Eat dirt!
Mega ray.
No escape!
rending you
Hurricane
apart!
strike.
Bloody
This one's mine. I'm ready.
Hurricane! No!
Dazzling
Can't
spin.
end here!
Don't leave me. Time to shine. Annihilation.
Resuscitation.
Lightning. Denied. Downfall.
Not done yet!
No further!
A new lease on
Here I
life.
come!
I'm ready!
Spirit split. Not on my watch. Reload.
Radiant raring! Does it hurt? Armor won't save you!
Annihilation.
Not the
Flame of fury.
The flame inside is yours to be
Glacial
let
spear.
free!
Pierce
Eat
evil.
dirt!
I'll face you!
Lion
I'll
Blind you with a Lancer!
Searing Gale!
Prepare to be seen!
I
It's
can't
in the
move!
sky, come on!
You have to hold on!
What the? Flames?
Watch out! It's changing its attack!
I'm swamping! Bloody howling!
Mega Ray!
Try harder! My turn! Here I go!
Here!
Can't move!
Some punishment?
Out of ammo!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Here's a healing art!
Train harder!
First aid! Hurricane!
Their arts were interrupted! The power
What
of
light?
Alright, let me at him!
Mega Ray! Lightning! Searing Flame! Reload!
Light up the door!
Back from
I'm ready to go!
Resuscitate!
Not like this!
A new lease on
Not
life!
done yet!
First aid!
Struck!
Lightning! I won't give up!
Stay away from my friend!
What was I thinking? Resuscitation!
What the...
いつも
We've reached our destination.
No choice! Strike! Last my shot! Catapult! Tear!
This one's
Arcane
blocked.
Blast!
Here goes! These ones can run rings around us!
Dragon Swarm!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Where are you going? Do it!
Surely! In an instant! Impact Block! My turn! Tear! Hurricane Blast!
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah! Take this!
You're mine! Dragon Swarm!
Lancer!
Plasma Cannon!
Hurricane Strike!
I'm ready! Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
I feel sprightlier than before.
Let's see what you've got.
Target cross-blade! Searing gale!
Negative gate! Can't get out of this!
Here I come! Struck! Destructed! It's over!
Where are you going? Hurricane strike!
Dragon Swarm!
Ripping you apart! By the power of water!
Escape!
You'll find no mercy!
And the storm!
You into dust!
Let the shot! The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Lunar Rondo! Run!
Bloody howling! Behold! The earth pulse! Tectonic fission! Can you take it?
Destruction!
Now you see what I can do!
Hurricane strike!
Rending!
That'll bring you down! Going in!
Strike!
No
Here
going
goes.
no further!
Try harder! My turn!
Going
Let
in!
the shot!
Going in! I'm out of ammo!
Hurricane thrust!
Switch
The
off!
flame inside me yearns to be let free! Lunar Rondo! Not today! Hurricane thrust! Searing gale!
Here, let me help you!
Take it! Crush!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher! Going in!
Take this! Dragon Swarm!
Denied!
Seismic
Try harder! Not a chance!
How about this?
They smite with blackened blade! Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Where are you going?
This one's
Raging
mine!
Lunar Storm!
This one's
This is
mine!
looking good! Swallow blade!
Benediction.
Let the shot!
Glacial
I owe you one!
Another incantation ruined.
Mirage!
Here's a hero!
Destruction!
First aid!
Slash! Dragon Swarm! I'll burn it all! Ah! Flaming pillar! Fire!
Here, let me help!
You're mine! Struck!
Regenerate!
Try harder! My turn! Try harder! Not a chance! No escape!
This one's mine!
Eat dirt!
Take this!
Dragon Swarm!
Going
Try
in!
this! Explosive ring!
In a bind?
Falling storm!
Here I come!
Sorry to trouble you.
I'm not done!
That helps.
My turn!
Nothing gets by me!
Soaring
This one's
blast!
mine!
Let my kingdom here!
Eagle ray!
Here, let me hard up!
You're
I'm
mine!
ready.
Show me! In an instant! Impact block!
I've been doing really great lately.
Let's see what you've got.
Bring him down!
Confiscated! Lunar corruption!
Too late to talk over our differences?
Now you'll learn! Burn in hell! Dragon Swarm!
You're
Fire
mine!
support! Plasma Shock!
Stalagmite!
Lunar Rondo!
None shall escape my
Hurricane
sight.
Blast! Mirage! Engage! Destruction! Prepare to be... I'll burn it all! Ah! Flaming Pillar! Fire! None can take this! Plasma Shock!
Take place.
You're mine! Mirage!
Take it!
Here I come!
Flag assault.
Damn it! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Here I come! Plasma Shock! It's on! Here I come! I'm not done! Lunar Rondo! Hurricane Burn in hell!
Shield. Go for it.
Prepare to crumble! My turn! You escape! Lunar Rondo! Hurricane Thrust! Take this! Tear! Mirage!
I never miss. Going in. Ground and
Everlasting dust!
Destruction! Dragon Swarm!
Discharge. Mega ray.
Might
By the light of water. On guard.
This
Powered
one's
up.
all mine! Eat you! Damn it!
Spear. Here's evil. On guard. Freeze Lancer. Black Assault. Here's the healing arm.
Negative Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
An opponent like this should be easy. Take this! Thrust!
One more. Oh, too shy.
Mirage!
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
Now you see what I can do.
Struck!
Going
Dragon! Azure Storm!
Radiant light!
It's on!
Regeneration! Regenerate!
Blending Blast!
Suffer in silence.
Take this!
By the power of water. Dazzling speed.
It's too much! I'm not fit! Try harder! You picked the wrong fight! Plasma
On
Shock!
guard.
Mirage!
That'll bring you down. Make it rain.
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis. Here's a healing arm.
Kisara! All yours, Kisara!
Not here! I'm not done!
Hurricane Flight.
Thanks!
This
Lunar
one's
Rondo!
mine.
Tear! Mirage!
Top field.
Destruction!
Crush. Here.
Dragon Swarm! Demon coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Radiant here.
Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
A freezing hurricane.
Everlasting Dust!
This one's mine. Ice Tornado. Hurricane
Searing Gale! You picked the wrong fight! Azure Storm!
Annihilation.
Crush!
I'll smash
you! Destruction!
Grind and rain. Switch
I'm ready! Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
opponent like this should be easy. You got spirit!
Too shy to come over? Here, let's rending you apart.
That's not cool.
No further! Let the done!
Burning strike!
Mirage!
Here's
Strike!
evil!
Flash! Swallow blade!
Their arms were interrupted.
Dragon Storm!
Fire support!
Try this!
One's mine!
I'm ready! In an instant! Impact block! Not a chance! No escape! Hurricane Thrust! Burn!
In here, discharge!
Too
Burn
fast!
up!
Stand back.
Turbine!
I'll trip it up.
This one's mine!
I can carve through
Do
armor.
it! Hurricane,
Get toasty!
Burn strike! Not a chance!
rending you apart!
On your can't get out of this.
A new
Take
lease
this!
on life!
We'll escape you! Azure Storm!
Baby blood.
Rending you apart!
Destruction!
Bloody
Dragon
howling.
Swarm!
In here, discharge!
Here's evil!
Rending you apart!
This is looking good! I'm ready! In an instant! Impact block!
Remember to tell me if you need healing.
I expect you'll be in high demand if that's the case.
Out of our way!
This one's mine! Here goes!
Not the shot! Not today!
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf!
Try this!
Hurricane strike!
I never miss!
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah, and the pummeling to me. You can't get out of this.
Luna Rondo!
Armor won't save you. Elusive deity.
Here's evil!
Burn up!
You're mine!
Elusive deity.
Take this!
Resonate with
The
the
flame inside me yearns to be let free!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher! Falling
You're mine!
I'll grind you into dust.
Hurricane
You're mine! Blast it! Take this!
Heal my weary companion.
Take this!
Earth throbs in pain.
Take this! Dragon Swarm!
Clear for us a path.
Try this! Explosive ring!
Ready and trigger.
Make it rain!
All yours, Kisara.
My turn! I'm not done! You're mine!
Where are you going?
Dragon Swarm!
Nothing gets by me!
Try this!
Tornado drive.
Explosive ring!
Elusive deity.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Burn in hell!
Appreciate the help!
Not the shot!
Sorry to trouble you.
Make it rain!
All yours, Kisara.
My
Nature
turn!
the abyssal deep.
No
Clear
escape!
for us a path.
Luna Rondo! Hurricane Thrust!
Can't get out of this.
Tear!
I can carve through armor.
Take this! I'm ready! Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to... real lucky!
Soon, we might very well learn the truth behind Shion's thorns. As well as my own past, I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens. I just need a little time.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
I never thought about this until now, Alphen, but doesn't it get hot wearing that armor all the time? You feel heat and cold again, don't you?
Admittedly, yeah. It can get pretty toasty in this thing.
Is it hard when your back starts to itch?
Oh, you bet. Plus, my shoulders get stiff wearing it, even if it's not all that heavy.
Kisara looks like she manages all right with her armor.
Armor takes a strong body and a stout heart.
Spoken like a true guardsman. Not that I really get what you mean.
The more I think about it, the more I realize what a pain it must be. Like, what do you do when you need to take a leak?
Ew!
That part can be a bit of a pain, yeah. More things to take off.
That sucks, man. Wouldn't it be easier if you just walked around outside of your armor most of the time instead?
You never know when the enemy might attack. As tempting as it might be to take it off, it's not worth getting killed over.
So basically, you're screwed if you ever get attacked while taking a dump. Right, Rinwell?
Are you doing this on purpose?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
We're in for a long slog with this one.
Not in your dreams!
Going in.
Hurricane Thrust!
Look sharp.
Mirage!
Igneous discharge.
Dragon Swarm! Here I come!
I'm nearly done for.
Annihilation!
Dark Heal my weary companion.
Plasma Shock!
Sure.
I'm ready!
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that!
You're finished!
Lion Heart! All yours, Kisara.
Freezing storm. Ready to go.
I'm not done!
Lion Heart! Take this!
Light up the dark.
Mirage! It's time!
I'm in your deck.
You're finished!
Glacial
You
fire.
take it?
Dragon Shit!
Now it's my
Not today!
Freeze Lancer!
Here I come!
Guardian field.
elusive
I'm not
breeze.
done.
Ready to go.
Shield.
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action.
Not a chance!
Everlasting
No,
growth.
it's not!
I'm ready to
Dragon
go.
Negative
Swarm!
shape.
Here's the
Plasma Shock!
Stalagmite.
You're mine! Lunar Rondo!
Air pressure.
Hurricane Thrust!
freezing
You're mine!
Out of the way.
Dragon Swarm!
Ready to
You
go.
require a hand.
tornado!
Destruction!
I'll smash you!
Azure Storm!
In a bind.
Water snake.
Confiscated!
Shield.
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize. We've reached our destination.
Hell yeah! There's no way you can complain about how this tastes! Hey, what do you say we fight that shining enemy?
through! Now you'll learn! Burn!
Going in a freezing storm! What's the range attack?
Engaging! Engage!
That'll bring you down!
No escape! Take this! Tear! Hurricane thrust!
Shield powered up!
Super support!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Shield and
Explosive ring! Engage!
Deathly spin! Tiger blade! Make it ready!
In an instant! Impact block! Not a chance! The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Damn it! Here I come!
Here I go! One more!
Flame!
My turn!
Reload!
Elusive being!
Glacial spear!
Take this! Luna Rondo! Shield!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
There!
Not a chance!
And again!
Elusive being! Luna Rondo! Eagle Ray!
Hurricane
Burn!
Begin!
Hurricane thrust! Mirage!
This one's mine!
I'm ready!
This one's mine!
Kitara, frozen!
Hammer! Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Soon, we might very well learn the truth behind Shion's thorns, as well as my own past. I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens. I'm determined to save Shion and Dana. Nothing I learn can change that. Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right? Sure. We can check it out. This looks like some kind of research facility.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out. It might give us a new lead.
For the people of Lenegis, the Forbidden Zone is the stuff of dreams. Yet here I am, standing within its hallowed halls.
It's off limits even for lords, then? Talk about an exclusive club.
Being exclusive is one thing, but how many important facilities let in only the Sovereign? Doesn't that seem a little strange?
Strange doesn't cover it. If it was only one room, maybe. But a place on this scale? How do they keep it from falling into ruin? Whoever the Sovereign is, they can't manage the upkeep of this whole place themselves.
Did no one ever talk about it when you were growing up?
No, not that I can remember. Then again, Sovereigns and Forbidden Zones weren't exactly breakfast table conversations.
The The Forbidden Zone is a hallowed place, at one with the Sovereign's authority, grounds of the one true ruler who presides over all Renans. That is what we believed this place to be. No, what we were made to believe it was. But now, it is finally time to discover this area's true purpose, and why it was kept hidden behind the scenes for so long. I think I can make this work.
Well, can you make head or tail of it?
These are experiment records by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years. Let's see. A composite being capable of controlling Danan astral energy so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup. The creation of a governing central figure taking the form of a Danan. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign.
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy containment. That must be the Master Cores. With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
About the Lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renan citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renans are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
What about the Sovereign? Does it say anything else?
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait.
What is it? Did you find something?
It's a list of names, with the title, Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait, I think I've found one that was successful. Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
They re-engineered me. Right here in this lab.
Alphen.
It's fine, really. What about the others? Was I the only one?
Test subject number 10105. Ethnicity, NA. Unique Adjustment Index, Generation, NA. Given name, Volron.
Volron? But that means...
He's only sovereign because someone made him that way too.
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
But what about the winners of the crown contests? Does this mean that none of them were ever crowned sovereign after all?
Upon victory, the sovereign shall return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were told. But according to these records, there have only ever been 2 sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest. It's all lies, including the part about the sovereign residing in Rena. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the sovereign, then who was it?
Crown contests have been held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a sovereign. Me. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie. The same person I'm willing to bet is behind all this.
The Red Woman? It's possible. But that doesn't necessarily mean she's the mastermind behind this scheme. She could be working for someone else. Someone back on the Renan homeworld.
Either way, it's fair to say she's definitely involved somehow.
What about the data records? Is there no other information that could help us?
Not that I can see. Just file upon file of experiment results. There's nothing here about who's behind all this, or what their endgame is, unfortunately. I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you. You won't be able to read through it all, but you're welcome to take a look through what you can, while we're here.
I'll do that.
So this is where... Only 2 sovereigns in over 300 years. So why has the experiment only succeeded twice in all this time? And if that's the case, why keep on doing it? Was there really no other way? Or could there be some other reason?
Dohalim.
Forgive me.
Alphen.
I'm fine. I'm just a little shaken, that's all. I knew what I was already, so it's not like it's a surprise or anything. But it's strange. I've got all this rage inside of me, but I don't even know who it's for. I'm scared that I'll put a face to it, just to have someone to blame.
If that were to happen, then No. Then we'd help you fight it, before you ever got that far. Wouldn't we, everyone?
Yeah. We wouldn't just sit by and watch you spiral out of control.
That's right. No good can come from being consumed by hatred.
If you ever start to lose your way, you can count on us to guide you back. To remind you where home is.
And I would be happy to lend an attentive ear, should you ever have need.
Thank you, everyone. I think I'll be okay now. Naori,
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Renan never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
Naori...
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode. The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But... If I don't head back, Lenegis will be nothing but ashes, and this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Alphen. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try. I hope it's enough. Please, live for me, Alphen.
That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegis.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
She kept her promise. If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight. Naori was the one who put that mask on me, and made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
this place. We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
Of course. After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. This is where the Renis Alma was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renis Alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
Naori?
What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself. The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening...
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done. With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how. Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead. That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The Renis Alma was lost, and Alphen, the Sovereign, was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden, to buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted, and for a new Sovereign to appear. Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse onto my descendants as well. Please, forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more I could have done.
Wait, you can't just...
Naori.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Danon voice speaking through her?
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this is the Maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Xion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign. Now all we need is the Renis Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns. Xion.
It's possible? You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
No, it isn't! You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was well placed.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Yeah! We can protect the world and save Xion at the same time!
I too shall lend my services. My knowledge of Renan lore is bound to be a useful asset.
And they say modesty is dead.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Xion. You included. Now let's get moving, shall we? Last I heard, we had an apocalypse to stop. Thank you, Naori. So Naori sealed away the power that made me lose control of myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Shion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong. What happened to you was because of the ceremony and Naori's attempt to stop Oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years. The reason you lost your memories
is the reason for your curse.
The thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No. The truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack, embracing everyone. All the normal things that people do together. I always wished I could experience them for myself, and finally know what they were like. Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and...
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny or anything else. We're going to live a normal life. There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's such a strange feeling. I know that we've still got plenty of fighting up ahead, and it's for my sake, so I can live.
You're worth fighting for.
I believe you, Alphen.
Good. I'll keep on fighting. For as long as it takes. Until our future is finally in our hands.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Her position demanded nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences, least of all those between Renans and Danans.
Yeah. It was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible. And then she saved my life by sending me back home to Dana.
Not only that, but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis for the sake of her people. It sounds like she was quite the hero, all right. A truly caring person.
It's as if walls meant nothing to her. The ones separating the Renans from the Danans, or herself from others. She had no need for them.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh? Yeah. I think you may be right about that.
You inherited that legacy. Her wish for the world.
Don't I know it?
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way, showing us what we can aspire to.
That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
After everything we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
We're a long way from the residential quarters now. It looks completely different.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, this place... it reminds me more of being back inside the Wedge.
Except the Danon astral energy feels even stronger here.
In a portion of the city reserved purely for the Renin Sovereign.
Maybe he just has strange tastes?
This place looks like it has been here for quite some time now. If its design were a matter of personal preference, we would be talking from centuries ago. Or perhaps even further back. Still, this isn't the sort of decadence of taste spoken of in artistic circles. So what is it then?
Hold up, decadence? Artistic circles?
When a preference is indulged to its extreme, it descends into kitsch, eccentricity for the sake of it. I'd be happy to illuminate you further.
That depends. Does it involve you buying me lunch?
The void that art fills isn't the stomach, it's the soul.
In that case, I'll let you know the next time my soul starts to rumble.
Now all we need is something to fill up the void inside your head.
Shut up!
Volron! He really was still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
Once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but... are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now, we need that most of all.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alphen, look!
The Red Woman!
So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible? What is this?
Who the hell are they?
It can't... Are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
They're not feeling particularly talkative.
It's no use, Elton. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting just here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand. Dragon Doctor! Now we're not... Try hard, my turn!
Lion Power!
No further!
Look around!
It's up!
Negative gate! Tiger Blade! Reverse! Stalagmite!
Being interrupted.
You picked the wrong fight! Come on!
Burning
Dragon
This
Force!
one's mine! Here's evil!
Try this!
Hurricane Strike!
Explosive ring!
Here, let me help! I'll blind you with a shot! Hurricane Strike! This one... Mine!
You're
Ready!
Raging Lunar Storm!
On guard! Let the marksman handle armor!
Bestowed
Hurricane will bring you down!
This one's all mine!
Look sharp! Strike!
Fairy Circle! Allow me to duck! Eat dirt!
Glacial Sword! Here's the evil!
I'll
blind you with power! Here's the roar! None shall escape
Searing
your
Gale!
judgment!
Take this! Here I come! Strike! You may be strong, but I'll never back down!
Falling Storm!
Storm! Try harder!
Piercing roar! By the power of water! Look sharp! Grounded power!
Lunar Rondo!
Anything in armor!
Mental defenses are fading. I'm a sitting duck.
Retreat from this back.
I'll burn it all! Flaming Pillar! Fire!
Breath of life!
Strike!
Forgive me.
You're mine! Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
In a bind?
This one's freezing storm!
Not today! Dragon Swarm!
No dawn shall blaze this night.
Explosive ring!
In the hurricane strike! Far enough!
Take this!
Igneous discharge!
Try harder!
Grounded
Not
power!
yet! Tempest engulfs you!
Need to pull myself
Dragon
together!
Swarm!
Hurricane strike! By the power of water!
Raging Lunar!
Annihilation! Mega Ray! This one's
Try
mine!
this!
Gemini Aqua!
In a bind?
Here, let me help!
Dragon Swarm!
Lunar corruption! How about this? Gemini Aqua! I never miss!
Not today!
My weary On guard! Annihilation! Blast!
Dragon Swarm!
Annihilation!
You! Try harder! Now!
Mega Ray!
Strike! Blast the dust!
Hurricane strike!
I'll grind you into dust!
Going in!
Hurricane thrust!
Spear! Here's the
There!
evil!
You require a hand.
Hurricane
Take
strike!
this! You picked the wrong
Shield
fight!
and mace!
Here I come! Slap!
I can handle
Try
lunar
this!
corruption!
Another incantation ruined.
Far enough! If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Raging Lunar Storm!
That'll bring you down! Glacial Swarm!
Now it's my turn!
Piercing roar! Cyan instant!
Don't suffer in sight.
Take your hands on! I'm not done! Burn in hell!
Tornado! Hurricane Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
In a bind?
Freeze Lancer! Will this help?
Now you see what I can do!
Their hearts were interrupted.
Planning your death.
Is this it?
Don't give up!
This should do it!
Hurricane!
You're mine!
That'll bring you down.
Dragon Swarm!
Punch left. This
Dragon
one's mine.
Swarm!
Radiant light.
Force of
regeneration.
Regenerate! Burn!
Take this!
I'm not done!
I'm all stuck
Lunar,
up.
take it!
By the power of water.
No further!
Magna ray.
This should do it!
By the power of
Bestow thy
water.
mystic mercy!
Magna ray.
Shine! Radiant light! Force of regeneration! Regenerate! Anything in my life is our down!
You'll pay for that!
Annihilation.
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with light!
Last shot!
A freezing
Lunar
storm.
Rondo! Mirage!
I'm ready.
Train hard!
Storm!
Here, let me help. First aid. I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Here I come!
Resuscitation.
Try harder! Not
Here's a healing art.
On your
First
knees!
aid. I'll bring you back from death's
Burn in
abyss.
hell!
Air pressure!
Plasma shock!
Resuscitation.
Lunar Rondo!
Bloody hell! Train harder!
I'll heal you all. Hang strike.
Look sharp!
Healing circle. This one is mine.
Sorry.
Try harder!
You do the same for me.
Strike!
Ready and
Evil. That'll bring you down.
On guard!
Prepare to
Round
be
and pound.
On
Lunar
take
blast.
this!
Here I come!
Piercing roar!
Eat dirt!
Black Salt.
Dragon Swarm!
Raging
Meteor.
meteor!
Explosive
By
ray!
the power of water.
Bestow thy mystic mercy!
Burning
Killing
strike.
power won't save you! Down! You're on it!
Here I go. Hurricane lightning. This one. I can handle it. Going in. Radiant
Raging Luna Storm! On your
Take this!
shield and
Try harder!
vanquished soul with
Here I
light!
come! Plasma shock!
Burn up!
Tear!
That's better.
Searing gale!
Falling storm. Will this help?
Some punishment?
Yours to be let free!
Healing circle. How about this? Radiant here.
Lunar arc!
I'll bring you
Dragon
back
Swarm.
from death's abyss.
Plasma shock!
Round and pound.
Ready and ready.
Resuscitation.
Tear!
I'll smash you!
This one's mine.
Searing gale!
Round and pound. Ready.
Try harder!
Heal my
That'll
weary
bring you down.
companion!
Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
I'm ready! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis. Into the shadows.
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Do you think it's really over?
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve!
What? It's self-destructed?
Alvin!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Who said you could touch that?
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much. So you know this place? Naturally. It was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart. Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me? You cut me down. Sovereign or not,
You will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Boran was kidnapped just like Alphen? But then he became a
slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renin and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renin and Dana are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Renna this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do it!
Serenus Alva!
It's too late! We can't stay here!
We need to go! Alphen!
Go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Let's go.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
Are you two okay?
Yeah. We'll be fine.
Is Volron... have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Those red women. What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
What, those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renaissance. Damn it, that's the second time now!
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
Volron mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renaissance in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
But seriously, I was not expecting Volron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Brennan's or Danan's.
Yeah,
I didn't see that coming about Volron. As for those red women, to think they were monsters all along.
Tell me about it. One minute they look perfectly human. Next thing you know, they're not actually human at all.
They definitely weren't Renan or Danan. I'm not even sure language would get through to them.
So what were they then? Human Zoogle hybrids?
Is the most terrifying thing anyone said all day.
How about you, Shion? Dohalim? You ever seen anything like that before?
No, never. However, if they're the same as the red woman we've seen with Volron, I think it's safe for us to assume they understand our language at the very least.
I had just so much I wanted to ask them. About Rena, and Shion's thorns.
Unfortunately, they blew themselves up before we got the chance. Why would they do such a thing, though? To take us with them? Or in order to keep something hidden?
Both sound plausible to my ears. They took off with the Renaissance too, remember?
Yeah, they did. And the next time we meet them, we're going to make sure they tell us everything they know.